Matrix and Roadshow fans, we are back with another video, and we're going to be talking about Ben Solo, aka Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver. I was not expecting to find out this news right here. It came out a few days ago. We got really busy the last couple of days. We were actually planning on shooting videos like pretty much every day, but didn't happen the last few days. But we're here now. Oh, by the way, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, support us. Remember, live streaming every single Friday. So, Rhodes, Ben Solo. Overall, before we actually dive into it, what did you think of Ben Solo in the sequel trilogy, Kylo Ren?
I think it's a character that had potential.
A lot of potential.
A lot of potential, you know, and honestly, outside of the temper tantrums, I liked a lot about Kylo Ren. I like the look. It would have been nice to have seen some kind of Ben Solo development arc into Kylo Ren. You know?
Yeah, but also in the Rise of Palpatine, once he turned back into Ben Solo, you know how many words he actually said? 0. He had 0 lines. Remember, him and Rey fight the Emperor. He says nothing the whole time. Nothing. JJ didn't give him any lines as Ben Solo.
Yeah, and you know, he had a moment where you remember where he ends up with the lightsaber. She somehow passes him the lightsaber.
Yeah,
through the process of osmosis, I guess. Yeah.
I know that the Force does. I know you can do a lot with the Force, but that was gimmicky right there.
Right. I did like when he got the lightsaber, he sort of did a Han Solo swaggity ass bow, like I'm about to kill all of you.
I didn't like that,
and I loved that. I would, because it was something Han would have done. If Han would have been a Jedi, he'd have been an asshole, you know. Yeah, so,
yeah. But also he didn't get any lines. He didn't get any scenes whatsoever with his mother. 0 with Leia.
Well, now the entire sequel trilogy is ate up with lack of interactions that should have happened.
Now, I will give Rian Johnson credit on this one thing when it comes to Ben Solo. Remember, he had an opportunity to blow up that ship with Leia on it, and he backed off. I think that if he would have did that, that would have been overkill right there. Even though I didn't like how Leia was floating in space and coming back.
It was a rare moment of self-awareness from Rian Johnson that he needed to have applied in about 19 other places. But, and you know, I hated that the entire sequence of him killing Snoke, because Snoke had so much potential to be the real bad guy. You know, we forget about that. We talk about bad guys in this whole thing. Snoke should have just been the bad guy.
Snoke was,
you know,
and that's what happens when JJ and Rian Johnson don't talk at all. Remember, Last Jedi was written without Rian Johnson even talking to J.J. Abrams.
It's what happens when Kathleen Kennedy gives full creative control to somebody that doesn't want to actually follow through with the previous director's arc, you know?
Right.
I mean, it's still one of the most nonsensical decisions, I think, in movie history, to not give a continuation of the story that began in a previous movie. It is strange.
Yeah.
It is so strange.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe J.J. Abrams had pretty much, I guess, some treatments for the other 3 movies, the other 2 movies, I should say.
Yeah.
And Rian Johnson never got a hold of any of it, which is dumb. But let's talk about Adam Driver, though, because Adam Driver came out and admitted something that I don't think a whole bunch of people even knew about it. He was actually in the process of developing a Ben Solo movie for like 2 years. And newsflash, Disney shot it down.
Yeah.
Shot it down.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty astonishing. Now, it was going to take place after the Rise of Palpatine. And to be honest, I really wasn't going to be excited about it anyway. I didn't really care for Kylo Ren Ben Solo that much. He's already dead.
Well, yeah, I guess supposedly, maybe he survived his. Didn't he fall into some cavernous crack or something?
I don't know. It was going to be called like The Search for Ben Solo or something like
that. The
that.
Hunt for Ben Solo was the name of it.
Yeah, something like that. But someone's telling me that Rey would end up being attached to this some kind of way. That kiss was god awful, by the way.
It was one of the most forced moments in the history of movies. There is only one thing about this news that I found somewhat intriguing, and that is the director that was attached to do this film.
Okay.
Because he's a hell of a director. He's one of the best. And it would have been different to have seen what he would have done with Star Wars.
Well, J.J. Abrams got acclaim as a director too. I'm just saying.
I think you're talking about somebody that is capable of putting out an epically best picture kind of film versus some Saturday matinee crap like J.J. Abrams. Steve Soderbergh is considered one of the top 4 or 5, 6 direct. Like when people talk about him, they think of, he's talked about like Chris Nolan and like,
right. Oh, okay.
Tarantino and those kind of guys. I was shocked to see he wanted to be involved, frankly.
Yeah.
I would have thought he'd have been like, Star Wars is sort of a non-starter for me.
But also, let's be real, man. J.J. Abrams was heavily involved with one of the greatest TV shows ever, Lost. That was a great show. Now, the way it ended, that's another story.
Yeah.
But for the most part, that was an all-time great TV show. But anyway, look at this. Star Wars fans fly plane over Disney Studios with Save the Hunt for Ben Solo banner after Adam Driver reveals rejected Kylo Ren movie. I'm not even going to focus on that. That part is weird right there. But down here, it says Driver revealed to the Associated Press in an interview published October 20th that he spent 2 years developing a standalone Star Wars movie centered on Ben Solo alongside director Steven Soderbergh. The film would have taken place after the events of The Rise of Palpatine, not Skywalker. According to Driver, Soderbergh worked on the script with his Logan Lucky scribe Rebecca Blunt and longtime collaborator Scott Z. Burns. Driver starred in Soderbergh's Logan Lucky and Burns' The Report. Quote, I was always interested in doing another Star Wars, Driver told the AP. I have been talking about doing another one since 2021. So that would have been 2 years after The Rise of Palpatine. Kathleen Kennedy had reached out, always said, with a great director and a great story, I'll be there in a second. I love that character and love playing him. Driver loved the Hunt for Ben Solo's script, calling it the standard of what a Star Wars movie should be, and comparing it to the handmade and character-driven feel of The Empire Strikes Back. I highly doubt it was going to be Empire Strikes Back, but anyway.
Right.
The Oscar nominee said Lucasfilm executives Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni, and Carrie Beck backed the project until Disney shut it down, a.k.a.
Bob Iger.
Yeah.
Bob Iger.
Yeah. We presented the script to Lucasfilm. They loved the idea, Driver recalled. They totally understood our angle and why we were doing it. We took it to Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, and they said no. They didn't see how Ben Solo was alive, and that was that.
Well, I mean,
to be honest, Bob Iger ain't wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. That also could have been code word for, look, we didn't make any money off the last one.
and no doubt about it, The Rise of Palpatine lost money. It lost money.
Right. I'm not greenlighting a $250 million spinoff movie and throw in the fact that Solo lost money, which was a spinoff movie. Remember, there was supposed to be this whole legion of spinoff movies
Yep.
One about Boba Fett, which James Mango was attached to. I mean, Lord knows what that would have actually looked like had they not decided to do that awful
Well, you got the
series.
Book of Boba Fett.
Well,
which is god awful, by the way, except for the 2 Mandalorian episodes. That was great.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for
think of this. This
thanks for sidelining one of the baddest characters ever in his own.
This is how bad Disney Star Wars is. You have a Boba Fett TV show, and the best episodes are without Boba Fett.
Again, one of the baddest characters ever created, and they sidelined him in his own show.
Yeah, even Tamura Morrison was slamming the show, really.
Yeah, he wants to come back and play him again because he feels like he got hosed.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was not Boba Fett.
Right.
That was Bob Fett.
I still can't, dude. The worst part about all that was wasn't that the show that had the speeders in it, the little big Pee-wee's big house.
Yeah, the people wearing the clothes that didn't even look like it belonged on Tatooine or Star. Oh yeah, it was
Pee-wee's Big Adventure version of Star Wars speeders. And looked like a bunch of folks from a gay boy band.
Yeah,
it just
And Boba Fett wanted to rule with honor and respect, and he didn't have his helmet on.
The guy that Darth Vader once had to say, "No disintegrations." I mean, really, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I thought when Robert Rodriguez decided to make that series that we were about to get a continuation of Boba Fett showing up in The Mandalorian, wrecking everybody all of a sudden. You remember he killed like 35 stormtroopers when he showed up, and then all of a sudden we get that crap. So, God, Disney's had a bunch of misses.
Yeah.
Wow.
But getting back to the Ben Solo thing, of course, we don't know the storyline, the angle, whatever. I mean, it would have been connected to that sequel trilogy. Ben Solo is connected to the sequel trilogy still.
They don't understand that their biggest problem they have going forward is that trilogy exists. That's their biggest problem. And until they realize, hey, we gotta, not only do we don't even have to retcon, we need to just move it over into Legends like it never happened.
Yeah. Well, and you notice when you watch those 3 movies, none of those movies actually said episode 7, 8, 9. None of them did, which is unusual. Strange. Because all Lucas Star Wars movies had episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But not the Disney movies. And the connection to that sequel trilogy, that's going to doom pretty much
any
all
project
these Star Wars movies
going forward. Yeah, because look, on the surface, a fighter pilot movie with Ryan Gosling sounds badass. It does. Ryan Gosling's been one of the better non-woke actors in non-woke projects we've had for the last several years.
Yeah, but the problem is I know that that Star Wars movie is happening.
Yeah, it's
one thing I liked about George Lucas, man, you didn't have the big names as the stars. Star Wars made them a name. And Ryan Gosling, he's too big of a name for me. I don't know what the movie's gonna be like.
Yeah.
But I'm not hyped up about it. And let's be real, man. These budgets, this ain't just a Star Wars problem. All these budgets for all these movies are outrageous.
It's insane.
It's completely insane. You can't make money. You're going to have to make money over 20, 30 years.
Well, and look, they've clearly found out if you do a story that people like, even right now, a movie is capable of making a shit ton of money. Deadpool and Wolverine broke the bank.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, what was it? No Way Home broke the bank. I mean,
Well,
those
you
movies
want to know
made,
something?
but they had really good stories to them.
Yeah, the only director that should have a $600 million budget. What were they thinking with The Rise of Palpatine? The only director that should have that kind of budget is Avatar, James Cameron. Because we know those Avatar movies, both of them made over $2 billion.
I can think of one other one, Christopher Nolan. But you know, I mean, other than that,
how much did Oppenheimer
and
make?
I don't think James Cameron or Christopher Nolan should get a $600 million budget. I don't. You know, because you're saying we've got to make a $1.8 billion movie. You know?
I'm curious now. Avatar,
I don't know what
water.
The Dark Knight's budget was, but it made what, $2 billion, I think.
It made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Way of Water Avatar budget was $460 million. Okay. They made a ton of money on that. So Avatar, Fire and Ash, because is that the one is it coming out this December?
Yeah.
Okay. So that movie, it's saying $250 million. Something's telling me they probably spent more. But no,
he shot him
because he shot him
back
all,
to back.
Yeah, that's right. He did.
Yeah.
He did. And Fire and Ash, we know it's going to be, it doesn't even have to make $2 billion. That movie is going to make at least $1.7 billion.
And that's shocking to me.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first movie, but I haven't even seen the sequel.
Oh, the second one's good. I like the first one better. A lot of people like the second one better. I like the first one better. But James Cameron, man, when it comes to movies that gross the most money, his name is everywhere.
So that sequel made $1.7 billion, really?
No. The Way of Water made over $2 billion. The sequel. That's the sequel.
Wow. That's
what I'm saying. So Avatar, I believe it's the highest grossing movie of all time in nominal dollars.
Yeah.
But
I think so too.
Way of Water made like $2.2 billion.
That's impressive. That's impressive. I'm not gonna. Not only that, because when it was announced, I thought, "Oh man, that's not making its money back," and I was wrong because I didn't think anybody cared about Avatar.
But James Cameron came out and he said, "Oh, the movie's break even is like $2 billion," and there's no way in the world. Nowhere in the world. I mean, if you what did I say, 450 billion for Way of Water?
Yeah.
460. Yeah. Roughly you need to make a profit. Let's go with because I can't do math in my head here.
He probably made, if my quick math is right, because of the theater split and then marketing, he would have started making a profit around 1.1. No.
If it was 460, and I'm doing 2.5 times.
Is that 460 with marketing? Because
no. That's without marketing. But
if it's 700 million, he's got to make more than 1.1, or the Rise of Palpatine would have made a profit.
Well, let's just say it did. It was 460. Let's say marketing was 200 million.
Yeah,
and that's 660 times 2. I would say between 1.1 and 1.3 billion. And it made over $2 billion. So
regardless, they made 500. They made 500 million minimum.
Yeah, they made a lot of money on it.
Well worth it. Yeah. I just don't understand why we can't get back to making a good film on $80 million, especially with all the technology now that has been developed for effects and this and that and the other,
Yeah, and you would be thinking, George Lucas making these Star Wars movies, he was breaking the bank. He really wasn't.
No.
I mean, Revenge of the Sith back in $2005, it actually made, let's see, Revenge of the let me type it in. That'll actually help here. So see, Revenge of the Sith
And while you're doing that,
budget.
look, we know
113 million back then, and we know Revenge of the Sith made $905 million at the box office in 2005 dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 times its money.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
So the only people that would want to see the hunt for Ben Solo, I would say, would be the
Raylos.
What was the audience score for The Last Jedi? 42%. I think is what it ended up. 42, 43%.
You talking about the Rotten Tomatoes score?
Yeah. Yeah, the audience score. I don't give a rip about the critics.
Oh, I really don't even trust the audience score either. But because Rotten Tomatoes does some weird. I think it's pretty low though. Yeah, 41%.
Okay, it's 41 now, so it's dropped a couple of percent from me checking it a couple of years ago. So that's your demographic for that movie. Think about that. Out of all the Star Wars fans that could go to the theater, you're reaching 41% of them in theory. Which means
his thing, man. His thing. But the audience score is 86% for The Rise of Palpatine. Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes made a change though. Not long after Captain Marvel, because they thought people were bombing the ratings on purpose. Yeah. So that's that new.
You can't trust the Rotten
Tomatoes score now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you don't really believe anymore.
Yeah.
So I would still refer back, because that Last Jedi was before the change they made. And it had a 43% back then. So we'll just call it 60% of the audience wouldn't give a shit about the hunt for Ben Solo. And to Bob Iger's credit, and by the way, he should own a ton of responsibility for destroying Star Wars. But to his credit, he knew this movie wasn't going to make no money.
Yeah.
So he said, no. I mean, and monetarily had to be the biggest reason for him not doing it, when you've got Adam Driver and Steve Soderbergh connected to the film.
Yeah.
So it was a dollars and cents issue of nobody gives a shit about that. Nobody's going to watch
Nobody
this.
does.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to watch it. And I was just looking at The Mandalorian and Grogu budget. Apparently it's $166 million with a $21.75 million tax credit from California. So at least that budget's not out of control.
So another 200 for marketing, maybe?
I don't even know if it's going to be that much. I mean, let's just say 300 million.
It's still going to have to make 650 or 700.
Yeah, 600 million or so to make a profit. Yeah. And will it make them? It's not making $1 billion. But if it just breaks even, they'll consider that a win.
I would think so.
I mean, that's the sad state of affairs around Star Wars right now.
Yeah. The only way Star Wars ever gets turned is if a different company buys Lucasfilm. That's it.
But what company would actually do it?
Honestly, the only one that I think would have balls to back good storytelling would be Paramount. Who's put their necks out there doing
Top Gun Maverick.
Well, they did Maverick. They did Landman. They did Yellowstone. They did Tulsa King. They've done this.
They got a lot of hits.
All this ultra non-woke content that's got no agenda in it whatsoever. Just pure good storytelling. I would say Paramount would be the only one that I wouldn't be scared. I mean, if Netflix got it, I'd be terrified.
And what kind of dollars? How much money would they actually buy it for? Lucas sold it. He got over $4 billion.
They'd have
You
to
gotta
give him,
think
they'd have to
10
give him $10 billion.
Yeah,
to
10
move
plus
off of
billion.
it,
Yeah.
I would guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't even know if they can even right the ship. I don't know.
Would Disney let it go for $10 billion?
I think they would. I mean, they've wasted billions on. Remember, they bought it from Lucas for $4 billion. They spent $1 billion on that theme park that failed. They had that cruise ship or whatever with Kathleen Kennedy as like the captain. I don't remember the name of it. That was a flop.
I don't know what the Galaxy's Edge flopped.
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge. That was the name of it.
Yeah. So, and now, of course, WB potentially is being sold. Now, there's a lot of rumors that Netflix might buy it, and the only positive rumor that's coming out of that is James Gunn may be gone and Zack Snyder may be back in. So
yeah, I kind of saw something about that
because Netflix has done a lot of work with Snyder already with those movies he put out, and he's been dropping a lot of breadcrumbs out there about Henry Cavill and Superman, Ben Affleck and Batman. He dropped something on Deathstroke the other day.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And people got to remember, man. Yeah, Zack Snyder got flack for his DCU, but a lot of people love his Justice League. His Justice League was really good.
Well, Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Cut.
The Ultimate Cut is really good. It's good.
One of the best superhero movies ever made. Yeah,
the Ultimate Cut is good.
Yeah, it's a different film. It's really good. Josh
Whedon's Justice League was god awful.
Was terrible. Was terrible. Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
So, but they have it. Anything else, Rhodes?
Negative, Ghost Rider. Pattern's full.
Well, we appreciate you guys watching. We're clocking in at 27 minutes, man. It's a long podcast right here.
Damn podcast. I mean,
yeah. So everybody be safe. Peace. We're out.
Till next time.